Live yet?
We're
Are we
live.
live?
We're live. This is crazy. Hello. Welcome to
Hello!
welcome to the Geek slash Nerd movie cast, part two of our little superhero movie chat. My esteemed colleague Mark Davey is here
Well, esteemed,
again.
esteemed.
We're both rocking baseball caps. Sorry, esteemed was probably the wrong choice of word there. Not quite
That's right.
esteemed, but yes. So we thought we'd
Didn't want
follow
to feel
on.
left out.
Thought we'd follow on from the previous superhero movie chat that we was having, as we didn't really cover everything that's going on. So yeah, do you wanna start us off?
Oh, you're putting me in a deep end,
No, you're right. I retract that.
because I've done no
Terrible idea.
research as per usual.
That's why I've written it all in this corner.
What we? Oh, right. Yeah. Sorry. Yes. Okay. So we're gonna talk about the new Fantastic Four movie. Just
Yes.
to recap, by the way, in our last chat, you mentioned the low budget Fantastic Four.
Yes. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I didn't watch the film, but there is a trailer
Yeah.
on YouTube, which we'll try and link if you're watching this on YouTube. But if you're listening to it through the podcast, I would suggest you go and Google it because yeah, it
It's
really is
you
low
know
budget.
it is. It's incredibly low budget, but I think it's worth watching just like
Just.
for that reason.
And
I think it
I
is
think
just to see how sort of bad it is. But like I said, I think the costume for the Thing actually doesn't look
yeah,
that bad considering when it was made. I
no,
think
it reminded
that's the only
it
standout thing,
reminded
really.
it reminded me of Planet of the Apes.
What
You
one?
know the whole animatronic.
Oh yeah,
The latest ones. Is it Tim Burton?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah, his original Tim Burton one kind of which I wasn't a fan of anyway.
No,
But
I
yeah,
didn't like it. But yeah,
so
but that
so
is,
what do you know about it then?
huh?
What do you know about the new thing? I mean, apart from the new thing is played by a black person, is that right?
No, that's Human Torch.
The Human Torch is played. Okay, right. So
Yes, Jamie Bell is playing the Thing this time around.
okay,
Um, yeah, he loves a bit of motion capture. He's like the new Andy Serkis, I think.
is he?
Um,
Is
but
he going to
yeah,
get typecast?
there was he probably is now. But
Yeah.
there was a image of the new Thing that went online. I think it was last week. Um, I mean, it doesn't really sort of show much, but he didn't look happy. Not that I wanted him to look happy, but he did look like a bulldog sucking on a lemon, and that's kind of like the look that they were going for, and I don't know, it was a bit weird. So I'll wait until I see a trailer with him in first before I make my judgments. But I don't know. I think that it's going down an interesting uh, avenue with that one, sort of grounding it in some sort of reality, but also, I mean, they're just really, really young in it, aren't they? So it just seems a bit, I don't know. I need to get used to that, the sort of being like a teenage Fantastic Four, almost. Or like
Yeah,
barely.
I'm not sure. This just seems a bit of a trend at the moment, doesn't it? In terms of having where they're rebooting with younger cast, maybe to try and get some of the longevity out of it. I don't know, so they can,
Yeah.
instead
Which
of,
to a degree
instead
makes
of just
sense.
trying to,
But then
it,
having said that, I mean,
it's
this
when you
one's
start
supposed to be
losing.
based on the. Go on.
Go on, sorry.
I was saying that this one's
Did
based on like the
it!
ultimate douche. This one's based on the Ultimate Fantastic Four series, isn't it? Like comics, but I've never read them, so I don't know how faithful it is to that. So who
Yeah,
knows? Who knows?
I'm, I'm
I'll
almost wanting.
reserve my judgment for a longer trailer.
I'm almost wanting the Fantastic Five.
Are you going to
With
be in
the
it?
yeah, well, no, it's not that. You remember the little robot in the Tick cartoon series?
Oh God, vaguely.
Vaguely,
Vaguely,
it was
yeah.
like there was a robot used to float around. It
Yeah,
sort of
yeah.
looked like a modernized version of Johnny Five kind of thing in it.
Oh, I'd be up for that.
Do you remember that?
I vaguely remember it. I mean, how long ago was this?
Oh, 80s, sort of
Oh,
late
yeah.
80s kind of thing.
Yeah, not gonna remember it that well.
You're not that much younger than me,
But
boy.
yeah, I'd be up if they wanna throw it out there. Then I'd be up for a Johnny Five cameo.
So
Sounds good to me.
what I'm not getting then, right, is so the Invisible Woman Sue is still related to Johnny.
Apparently, this one of them is adopted
Okay,
by the other
well,
one's family, or something like that.
well, that works for me.
Um,
Okay.
but it's this one, as opposed to them sort of going into space and then hit by cosmic rays and stuff. It's like a parallel dimension. They end
Mm,
up in a parallel dimension where they've got powers or something like that. I don't know.
okay.
I
So
don't
we'll have
know.
to wait and see on that, and then.
Yeah, it's all massively confusing to me. I don't know. I just don't know.
Okay. What about okay? So we just kind of move over that until we've got a little bit more on that. I can't say I'm looking forward to it. It's not really, you know. I think that whole thing's just been ruined for me anyway. Never a big Fantastic Four fan.
Yeah,
The best
yeah,
thing
I
in
haven't
it
been.
was, Thing was the best thing in it, wasn't he? Really. So
Yeah,
if you forget the
no,
pun.
no, no, you're going down for that one, I'm
I'm
afraid.
going down.
Yeah,
Dan. Hang on. For
but
that comment, you got to go like that.
moving swiftly on, the new Daredevil series on Netflix. Not it's out yet,
Getting
but it
good
should be.
reviews.
I think it's coming out soon, isn't it? It's this month. Is it this month?
Believe so. I mean, it's a Netflix, isn't it? We haven't got it here in the UK yet. Um,
It's probably be around the same
previews.
time though.
Yeah, I've read some of the
Right.
preview reviews, if you get what I mean, and
Hmm.
it's supposed to be really, really dark.
Yeah.
Um, so again, not a big Daredevil fan, but I'm really intrigued by this one nonetheless. I, I mean, I didn't think the original Daredevil film with Ben Affleck was that bad.
No,
It's not as bad as
neither did I. I mean, it's not great by any means, but
no.
I mean, it's all right. It's just 2 hours of bit of fun, isn't it?
Yeah,
Um,
it's no worse than Spider-Man to me.
oh, don't even start that.
What?
But but yeah, no, I've been reading like lots of good things about the new Daredevil, and it seems like it's going to be quite violent and I like. Have you seen any of the pictures of Vincent D'Onofrio as the Kingpin?
No.
He looks really good. He looks absolutely spot on.
I mean, to me, Michael Clark was the best Kingpin you could ever get to play. Best person. Unfortunately, he's dead, isn't he?
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
but
Yeah, he was really good in that. Actually, he was very good.
he was probably one of the best things in the film, to be honest
Hmm.
with you, because he pulled off the Kingpin absolutely spot on.
Hmm.
So that's a tall order to live up to. I haven't seen pictures of Vincent yet playing Kingpin, but I will be watching the TV series as soon as it's available over here, because I do subscribe to Netflix. So yeah, if it's gonna be dark, gonna be cool. It's not gonna be a kiddie thing.
Oh,
I don't
definitely
know
not.
if they're going. I don't know if they're going for like an Arrows kind of thing on it.
No,
You
I
know,
think they're going. I think they're going a lot darker than that. I mean, if you look at the trailers, you can. I mean, you can tell from that it's. Yeah, they're going like full on adult, like TV series here. As much as I love Arrow, Arrow's great. But yeah, this is a lot more hardcore by the looks of things. It
so
should be good. But there's some of the I didn't realise, but in some of the like teaser posters and stuff like that, they have the Avengers Tower in the background, which
do
is
they?
quite cool. Yeah, I read this the other day. I'd never
Well, it's
noticed
supposed
it,
to be,
but then I was never looking
it's
out for
supposed
it.
to be the same universe, isn't it? So
Well, this is it. I mean, there's always. I mean, all their stuff is going to be um, in the same universe, but there's always a part of you thinks, oh, is it though? Because it's TV. They don't really mix that much, but I don't know. It'd be interesting. Be interesting to see if they sort of bring him in at any point. But then, was he ever part of the Avengers? I don't think he was he?
no, not that I'm
I
aware
don't
of.
remember. No, so he could I don't know. He could pop up in the next Captain America as part of that storyline.
Well,
He
the
was involved
thing
in
for
it, but
me is, um, I I am a Marvel fan, but I know more about just League of America than I do
yeah.
about the Avengers. So weirdly, it just seems like most of the comics that I've acquired over the years are DC comics. So
Mm.
yeah, so I'm not sure because it's not really. It's a slightly different setup, isn't it? The Avengers compared to the Justice League of America, because the Avengers was always a informal group, whereas the Justice League of America was more of a formal group because it had an elected leader and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, but then they've got scope, haven't they? I mean, they can, because they're basing them all in the same universe. There's so much scope for them to kind of bring all the characters together. In theory,
Mm.
the X-Men. There is, I know there's a comic book. I can't remember the name of it now, where the X-Men join up with the Avengers at some point, and there's a bit
Yeah,
of
I think so.
time
It
there.
rings a bell. Yeah.
And Spider-Man sort of uh, flits between them, really, doesn't he? He never
Yeah,
really.
he's a bit like that.
I'm not sure he ever really becomes part of the Avengers, but I know he does join up with the X-Men for a bit. So yeah, so that'd be
Cool, not
good
bad
to
to
see
see.
how they see how they use it. The big thing I think there might be an issue of is because they've set the tone as quite dark for Daredevil. Yeah,
Mm.
how do you then soften him up to bring him into maybe one of the other series, if you get what I mean? Because they're a little bit more mainstream. They're not so dark. So bringing a really dark character into what we would say like a PG or 12A or whatever it is,
Mm.
13.
I don't think he'll play a main part. I think he'll just probably pop up in the background.
Yeah,
Um,
and I'm
whether
sure
he
they
have,
will. But, yeah, it just
possibly
if
not even
they, if
as
they
Daredevil, just as sort of Matt Murdock, maybe.
that'd be interesting. Do you reckon he might be in Age of Ultron then?
I doubt it.
No.
I can't see
Okay.
it. No, because while they were shooting that, he would have been too busy shooting the series. So, I mean, I don't know. They could have had a little sort of odd bit, maybe like I don't know, unless there's at some point he's sort of taken on a big case and it's on the news or something, and then that news thing could be in Age of Ultron or something like that. I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, possibly. So we'll have to look out for our Stan Lee moment as well.
Oh
So
yeah, that's a given. That's
yeah,
a given. I
yeah.
do like my Stanley
Did I
moments.
tell you he was in Big Hero 5 or 6? Sorry, Big Hero 6, is it? Yeah.
Yes, yes. No, I didn't know, isn't it?
There's a picture of him in it.
Oh really?
Yeah. So you're gonna look out for it, everybody who hasn't seen it. But Big Hero 6, Stanley. There is a reference to Stanley in it. So look out for that. It's
Mm.
well, it makes sense, doesn't it? Because it's a Disney company, just like Marvel. So
Mm.
all ties in.
Yeah, that's true.
Okay. Shall we move on?
Yes, move on.
I haven't got a clue what you've got here now.
Yeah, we
Jessica.
got Jessica Jones down next, but I don't really know too much about it. I know it's like she's sort of detective for superheroes or something along those lines. But again, I mean, I think it has a lot of potential, and I think it could be good fun. I'll check it out when it comes out.
Is it a Marvels or DC?
Marvel.
Marvel. So we've got a lot of Marvel stuff coming out. I'm worried that we're going to have a kind of like sort of overload, really.
Really? You can never have too much. You're joking. In DC, we've got plenty of stuff coming up.
Yeah, I know. It's just I love it. I mean, it's great, but it's just kind of like I do want to see some original stuff as well, you know.
Like what?
I don't know, just something. It's not all comic books. I just think we're going to end up with too much kind of minor characters, and they'll ruin it. They're gonna fall foul at some point because they're going to be stretching themselves too thin. So
I don't know, but I think in some ways, like especially with Jessica Jones, it's not like I don't know. It'll be like a detective series that just happens to be part of the Marvel universe. I think that's probably the way it'll be perceived, as opposed to being like another superhero thing. So, don't know. We'll see when it comes out.
She is a member of the a New Avengers, from what I'm reading, and she was married to Luke Cage.
Oh, which is another thing that's in the pipeline on the Netflix stuff.
So I'm wondering if there's going to be some sort of tie-in there. I mean, in one of the universes, obviously they're obviously married. So
yeah, I mean, I'll probably allude to that at some point.
And just so you know, just because to cap it off to, I mean, she's not a very well number, and I'm just doing a Wikipedia while we're on air. Is that she sometimes was known as the dual nitress, and Power Woman. Power Woman. I think the only one I've really heard of is Power Woman, really. So
I don't think either of those names are particularly great. So I think they should steer clear of those.
It's a bit like the Arrow losing the Green Arrow out of it.
Although I think he eventually will become Green Arrow. I think they're sort of building up to it.
Or has he in the third series? Because I think there might be an allusion to that. But I'm really annoying that I haven't paid to watch Scott Sky, so I can't watch The Flash, and they can't watch the Arrow because they're like really, The Flash is one of my favourite characters of all time.
Are you behind then?
Yes, I'm waiting for them to come out on Blinkbox, and then I will buy the entire series.
Oh my God!
So I actually own
so much.
Yes, I know. But I actually
The Flash is really good as well, and it's getting like so good at the moment. Yeah. They both are. It's getting very, very good.
We bought the first series just because I was interested, and then my wife fell in love with the main character.
Yeah.
Something about doing pull-ups. It's something, pull-ups in the.
Does she know that's just generally what men do on a daily basis anyway?
She sees me every morning. What she wants to see? I'm prime physical real estate. You trust me on that one?
Although your equivalent is just sort of getting up.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah.
Well, when you're lifting as much weight as me. So that should be an interesting one. I think that might be a little bit more low key than maybe some of the other series, and I think that's the way Netflix is going with a lot of their TV series. It's not going to be all big bang and bucks kind of thing. It's not going to be up there with, say, Gotham or maybe the Arrow or the Flash. So they're probably a little bit more low key. But it's good that Disney or Marvel, whichever way you want to look at it, have some sort of control over all of them and still own the rights, so that if they wanted to, they can mash some of the series together.
Yeah.
And have crossovers. So that should be interesting, actually. So yeah, so Jessica Jones, I'm looking forward to that. And I think I'm looking forward to it possibly more because I haven't actually got any preconceptions of what it's going to be like.
Mm.
Whereas,
Yeah.
like,
Which I think is quite nice. Because
yeah.
sometimes
Well,
being
I'm going to
a
say,
fanboy can ruin
yeah, like
some
Daredevil.
things. Yeah, so yeah, it's a bit of a worry. But I think it'll be good. I'm looking forward to both of them. All of them, in fact, even Luke Cage. Not that we know too much about that at the moment.
Okay, so we've alluded to a couple of them before, but we were going to sort of recap on some of the cartoon series and some of the cartoon films that come out. One of my favourite cartoon films that I've watched in the last, well, probably in the last 4 or 5 years is the Superman Red Dawn.
Okay, I haven't seen that yet.
I think it was on Netflix. It might be on. Absolutely watch it. It's brilliant. It's alternate universe.
Okay.
Kind of basically spoiler. It's a slight change in. It starts off with Superman being born, and instead of landing in the US, he lands in the Soviet Union. So it's so, and it's actually quite cleverly done, well done. I really enjoyed that. I've been watching some of the Avenger cartoons, which seem like they're not very well written, if you ask me, which is a shame. I've also watched all the DC Justice League of America cartoons. Have you watched any of those?
No.
No,
not for a while.
They're actually very good. I like the way they're done. And then it's the only thing I find a little bit irksome about it is that as the series progressed, they seem to lose their way a little bit, and they're trying to jazz it up, probably trying to capture more audience. So they're chasing the audience, rather than staying true to the actual ideas. So, and then there's a couple of spin-offs in terms of the Teen Titans, and that's quite good as well, actually. And then there's a tie-in at the end with all of those, so very worthwhile watching. And I know we were talking about this just before come on air. We both caught an episode of Hulk, the latest cartoon series.
Yes, Hulk. What is it called? Is it called like Hulk and Friends or something like that? Hulk Squad.
I don't know. You talk about
was it Hulk Squad? I don't know.
Yes, that's it. It was Hulk Squad.
Is it the Hulk Squad? Yeah, I wasn't keen on that.
Google it, but yeah.
Like I said, the episode I watched, he kept doing this like little video diary throughout the episode, and it was weird. It was like they threw Hulk in a reality show, and that was just a horrible thing to witness. And you just spoilt it for me a bit, spoilt the character. But then I grew up on the old stuff, like the old 90s Hulk cartoon and stuff. That was great.
Yeah, it was actually called Hulk and the Agents of Smash.
That's the one. Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
Is it close? Hulk Squad's not far
close.
off that.
Except Hulk looks a bit like you know, if you Google it and you'll get the pictures. Hulk reminds me of Dennis the Menace.
Let's have a look. I'm going to Google. Not only that, but I couldn't take it seriously because whenever I hear Smash, I'm thinking of the potato.
Yeah, well, I got the Hulk Smash kind of thing, but it's kind of like, yeah, it's a bit of a weird one, really.
Yeah,
I'm not too
I don't really
sure.
like it. I do like it.
Uh,
I prefer the 90s series. Yeah, that's the best one I've watched. And
yeah,
the original, like, I think it was come out in the 60s or something, cartoon. It was more like a sort of motion comic, the way the animation was done. They did like a Captain America series in a similar way, but it was really good. They looked really good.
yeah.
It was quite nice in that. I mean, I watched a few of the motion comics, and they're really good. Really good stuff. But,
Oh, and it's slightly unrelated, even to the topic. Just a heads up. There's supposed to be a Thunderbirds thing on
I think that's
over this weekend.
completely unrelated.
I know,
It's not even
but
slightly underrated.
Every,
Unrelated.
I was thinking back to like old cartoons that we've watched and superheroes, but yeah, Thunderbirds. But anyway, I digress.
You
Yes,
can't. Sorry, you can't animate the Thunderbirds.
it's a
The whole
3D
point of the
animation.
Thunderbirds. Yeah, but it doesn't matter. The whole point of the Thunderbirds was puppets. Puppets,
Okay,
and then the occasional human hand.
and the occasional human hand.
And that's
Yeah,
what
we're
that
not
was the
going to talk
beauty of
about
it.
where the hands were.
Oh, occasionally it was like a gloved hand that would just go
Was
reach
it?
a jewel or something, go grab a
Was it
jewelry and go.
latex?
Quite possibly. Quite possibly. I mean, it just come
Whatever
out
turns on, whatever turns you on,
the
Dan.
puppet's backside.
Yeah, yeah.
Not 3D animated Thunderbirds,
So,
that's for sure.
yeah, I was thinking, I was trying to think back to my childhood and some of the cartoons. So I remember the original Fantastic Four, which we spoke about, with the
Hmm.
robot, which I can't remember his name. I remember the original Iron Man series with Ming the Merciless, not Ming the Ming.
Not Ming.
It
Ming.
was
That's Flash Gordon.
no Ming. Ming is an Iron Man.
Are you sure?
Yeah, yeah. It was in the last. It was in the flipping last Iron Man film.
No, not Ming. You're
Who's it?
Mandarin. You're talking about Mandarin.
Yeah, Ming, Mandarin.
That's not even the same thing.
Excuse me.
Ming. Mandarin. Oh dear. That's it. Just hang your head in shame.
They look the same. If you, I'm not joking though. If you look at Ming from Flash Gordon,
We should just change the name of this channel, I think, now. After that, just to
What?
not a clue.
Not a clue. Yeah, that would be me. No, but seriously, I tell you, it's an easy mistake to make because if you look at the Mandarin, yeah, and compare him to the Ming, the Merciless, yeah,
The Ming.
they're the same freaking character.
Yeah, similar. But in the like there was like a Flash Gordon animated series, wasn't it, a while back? Wasn't like Ming green in that? I'm sure like, I
Can't
remember
remember.
something with like it was a green Ming. Either way.
It's we could get into the debate whether Flash Gordon is a superhero or not.
He's not really, is he? He's like a
Well, if you're going to
college
use that analogy, I would
college
then
American
say,
football player. That's
okay,
about it.
then
I mean,
Batman's not a superhero.
he's who?
Batman's not a superhero.
Well, technically he isn't, is he? Because he's
We're going all over.
it's just a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's one of those age-old debates that
Okay.
you're never going to get a
Oh,
proper
yeah.
answer to.
Okay.
It's
So
not from me anyway.
what else is there? I'm just trying to think of any others that we might have missed. The
There's like
Spider-Man
there's the original yeah, Spider-Man. We touched
and his
on
amazing friends.
Spider-Man and his amazing friends on the last one, but then there was also the I think this was out around the same time as the like the Hulk and the Captain America stuff. And it was like 60s, but it was almost sort of motion comic in the way it was animated. But that was really good, and that was where the original Spider-Man theme tune came from as well, from that series. That's Spider-Man.
Yeah.
From there, and that was great. I'm sure I've got a box set of them as well somewhere.
What about
Happy days.
there's been quite a few Batman cartoon series as well, hasn't there? Including
Yes.
one that was set in the future.
So Batman Beyond.
Yeah.
Is that one of them? I don't know.
Can't remember what it was, but
I don't know.
that was a bit. It was okay, but it was a bit not really Batman-y.
But I think generally the Batman animated series is usually pretty good.
I like the films a lot better. A lot of
Oh
the
yeah.
films,
I need
because
to
they're.
revisit the Tim Burton ones at some point soon.
Do you have to? I have such a thing about Tim
Tim Burton,
Burton.
Tim Burton, not Schumacher.
Yeah, I know,
I want to be clear on that.
yeah, I know what you're saying. Yeah, Schumacher. Yeah, we're not even going there. But I just have an issue with Tim Burton. Full stop. I don't know what it is. It's just that he has to make everything he does really dark, and it just winds me up.
He's a dark
It's
person.
kind of. I know, but
That's
it
just his
doesn't
way.
need to be that dark.
It's just his
It's
way.
like.
Leave him be.
It's got to be gothic. Everything's got to be gothic. And you think, oh, Tim Burton doing Batman. That's going to be an all, but there's no grit in there. So if there's no grit in there, so what's the? It's ruined so many good ideas for me. I'm just kind of And the guy is a genius, right? I'm not putting him in the same league as Schumacher or Nolan, and I'm going to throw it out here. Also, what's his name? Lord of the Rings director. There you go.
Jackson.
I expunged him. Yeah, because
I can't believe
The Hobbit's unforgivable.
I can't believe
there
you
we go.
mentioned. I can't believe you mentioned Schumacher in the same sentence as Burton, Nolan, and Jackson.
I'm good, aren't I? I'm really good.
That's just atrocious behaviour.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Do you want me to keep going on there?
Schumacher had his day. He's not. Hasn't really done anything good for me for a while. Apart from Phone Booth. Phone Booth was all right.
Well, that was a long while ago.
Exactly.
Yeah. So. Yeah, I don't know. You've got Deadpool on this list as well, by the way.
I have, because we didn't mention it last time, and I feel it needs to be mentioned, especially after the rating announcement. Was it yesterday? Yes. I think it was yesterday. Was it yesterday? No, when was the first? Day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Did you see this?
I glimpsed it, and I meant to go back and check on it, and I haven't checked on it. But there was reference to Deathpool in a TV series or a film.
No. The film basically on the first, Fox announced that it was going to be like a PG-13 rating, which would have been sacrilege for a Deadpool film. And then Ryan Reynolds, I think he tweeted a video or he released a video. And it was him being interviewed by Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell, who obviously is now like a TV presenter or something. And then Mario Lopez mentions about the PG-13 rating, and Ryan Reynolds was like, "No, we're trying to sort of do something for everyone, but that." And then it sort of flicks back to Mario Lopez, and you see Deadpool walk past him, and then he picks up a TV. And he just smashes Mario Lopez around the head with it. And then he just sort of holds up a little picture of himself smashing Mario Lopez around the head with a TV and like a little rest in peace Mario Lopez kind of thing. And then it basically is just to announce that it will be like R-rated, which would probably be the equivalent of our, 18, 15 maybe.
So was it an April Fool's?
The original Fox announcement was an April Fool's. Unless that was just to sort of build up the video, which works. Otherwise, I mean, if they released that video on their own, it wouldn't have been as funny. But have you not seen the test footage that they shot for Deadpool?
No.
What? Where have you been, man?
I've been on Mars. It's been a traumatic week or two for me.
This was ages ago.
Well, I've let my geek side slide a little bit. Okay.
Massively.
So I'm in geek purgatory. Purgatory. There we go. Purgatory.
There you are.
Yeah. I'm going to have to get back on the saddle.
Yeah, sounds like it. I'm going to link you to it, but it's amazing.
Okay.
It's so good. Okay.
What else is there? Is there anything else coming out? Well,
Not
obviously
really.
the latest Age of Ultron trailer since we last did this podcast.
Not long to go.
That
A
was
few weeks
last
left.
week. Yeah, that's booked in. We shall be going to see that. That looks terrifyingly good.
Yes,
it looks really
almost
good.
too good.
So I'm worried that I'm going to get disappointed. When I get this excited about things, I get disappointed by them usually.
But was you this excited about the first one?
Yes, not quite as excited about this. I was, I wasn't quite as excited as I am now because I know the chemistry works. You were a bit wary the first time, but this time I'm kind of like, I've watched the Age of Avengers so many times now. It's probably my most watched film in the last 2 years.
Wow.
So, and that's saying something for me because I struggle to watch a film more than once anyway. So, yeah. So
How
I'm
many
really
times
excited.
do you reckon, roughly,
What?
that you've watched it, Avengers?
Oh, I haven't gone super mad on it. I'm probably about 15, 20 times.
That's quite good going. That's more than me.
Well, yeah, it's I get bored, and it's a good film to have on. You got to imagine that my wife loves watching films, and she'll watch them over and over again. Just to point this out, she since Christmas, we're in March now, yeah. She's watched the entire
We're in
Harry
April.
Potter.
We're in April.
Sorry. Yeah, April.
Oh god.
I've lost a month. She has watched the entire Harry Potter series 3 times, so it's still 7 films, 3 times since Christmas, and I banned her from watching it in February.
God, they weren't that good.
So yes, so we tend to watch a lot of films over and over again in this house, and I really struggle to watch films more than once. So, but you know what you said earlier about going back and watching some of the original Batman films, minus the Schumacher ones.
Don't exist.
The only thing is got Alicia Silverstone. I know you had a crush on her. What can I say? Yes, the
soundtracks were good.
Yes, it's probably the one redeeming feature of the film.
That's the only thing there.
And it's got one of my favourite lines in the whole series in it as well. The cheesiest line ever. When
is it the Batman credit card?
No. It's when Robin turns around to Batman and says, "Holy rusty metal, Batman!" And Batman looks around and says, "What?" He said, "We're standing on holy rusty metal." I just thought that was a bit cheesy, but it's funny.
Yeah, this is why I'm not revisiting those at any point.
No, okay. Well, okay. So that probably wraps it up, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's all we've got for this one.
Yeah. I will try and be a little bit more prepared for our next one. Do my research a little bit more. Try and regain my pass for the geekdom.
Maybe and check the date as well.
Check the date. Why?
Yeah, see where we are in the year.
Yeah. Okay.
As you'd lost them up.
It's like March was 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So
doesn't matter. Still, it's 3 days. Still a lot of hours.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
In April.
Okay. So if you haven't seen our website, it's about to go live in the next week or so. So I suggest you check it out. It is. I'm trying to remember the.
Here we go. This is it.
Geek/nerds.uk.co.uk. That's the one.
No, it's not.
Oh, .com. Sorry, I did get a .com.
Oh God.
Yeah. So let me re-say that. Geek/nerd.com. No S's on the end of
That's the
geek.
one.
No S's
That's the one.
on the end of nerds, because I tend to get tongue-tied. The website's going up soon, and we're hoping to start filling that with content. So keep checking. By the end of we're in March, are we? No, we're not in March.
Oh God,
April.
again. It's
April.
literally just been
April.
minutes since. Oh God.
April. Yeah.
Someone's getting sacked this weekend.
Oh, it's more time to actually do stuff. April.
Yes.
Okay, so is there anything you want to add?
Just that there should be more video content coming soon.
Yeah.
Planning a few things. Should be quite exciting.
Yeah.
So yeah, just keep tabs. Subscribe on the this side. Downside, down there. There should be a subscribe button.
How hard was that? You go here, ready? Watch in the doobly-doo. This is what everybody else does in the YouTube. Doobly-doo down below. Or if you are listening to this on a podcast, please visit our website at geek/nerd.com. I'm getting good at this.
Yes. Unless you're listening to this before the website is live, and then you can't. But just check back anyway.
Yeah. By the end of
but you can also find us on Facebook
April.
and Twitter.
Oh, Facebook. Yeah. Oh yeah.
April last year.
Go on.
Yeah. Facebook and Twitter as well. We're on there.
Twitter.
Check it out. Check it out.
Okay. That's all from me.
And myself as well. Until next time. Thank you for joining. Thank you for listening.
Bye.
Yeah, on that note. See you later.
You can turn it off now. Go on.
Yeah, see you. Bye, thanks. Bye.
Okay. Bye.